Hello, this is Professor G, and we are video number 2 for week 1 of venture development. Want to make a quick note that your week 1 quiz is actually due week 2, March 17th. I pushed it back a week because of the spring break holiday. We're going to start this week my discussion from our textbook, Chapter 5, Business Modeling. Before we get into the business model, let's revisit the definition of entrepreneurship. It's really just a way of thinking, acting, and being that combines the ability to find or create new opportunities with the courage to act upon them. So it's finding a new something, but then executing on that idea. What is a business model? A business model is a journey. It's really a map where we are starting with an idea and building through the process of developing that idea and testing that idea. Business models are never created in isolation. It's a process where you want input feedback from others to test your model, validate your model. Business model, more than anything, describes the rationale of how a new venture creates, delivers, captures value. Entrepreneurship is really about value and how we deliver value to a customer. So you have a great idea. What evidence do you have that others will like your idea? This is where we get into this thing called evidence-based entrepreneurship. When I have an idea, I make an assumption that other people will like my idea, that they'll want my product or my service. That's a hypothesis or an assumption. And what we're really looking at is, did we talk to people? What is the evidence that our idea is valid, or the assumptions that we're making with our idea are valid? So we're really looking at evidence-based entrepreneurship. We can do that by going out and asking people, taking surveys, polls, etc., to get feedback from them. There are various types of business models. There's the business model canvas, there is the lean canvas, and there's a variety of others. But they have some elements in common. When we look at the 4 parts of a business model, we're looking at the offering. What are you offering to a particular customer segment? They all have customers, right? There's infrastructure, the resources that we need, whether they be people or technology or even financial resources. And then there's the financial viability. This is the tough one for a lot of people, because we can have a great idea. It can be something that we ourselves would love to purchase and own. However, are there enough people who are like-minded to purchase your idea or your service to make the investment worthwhile? Financial viability. In the world of entrepreneurship, we talk about value proposition a lot, and it's always from the perspective of the customer. And so when we look at a customer-focused value proposition, there are 3 qualities. It must offer our product, our service, our idea must offer better value than the competition, must be measurable in monetary terms, and it must be sustainable. There's got to be more revenue coming into the venture than what is going out. Entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. What are 4 key problems that most customers have? Lack of time, lack of money, lack of skills, lack of access. When we start to do a deeper dive into value propositions, we look at the various types of value propositions. One would be what is called the all benefits value proposition, a type of value proposition that involves identifying, promoting all benefits of a product or service to customers with little regard to the competition. The second type of value proposition we'll look at is points of difference, a type of value proposition that focuses on the product or service relative to the competition and how the offering is different, unique, better than those others on the market. Third type of value proposition, we have resonating focus, a type of value proposition that describes why people will really like your product and focuses on the customers and what they really need and value. Yes, experimentation does play a role in entrepreneurship. What is an experiment? A method to prove or disprove an idea. What is a hypothesis? An assumption that is tested through research and experimentation. My assumption is that people will like my invention, they'll like my idea. I test it by interviewing potential customers, and they will either validate my idea or they will invalidate my idea. Both are valuable. There are 5 characteristics of a good experiment. They're structured, they're focused, they are believable, they're flexible, and they are compact. In the context of entrepreneurship, what types of experimentation might we use? Most commonly, we'll focus on some type of customer interview, whether it be face-to-face, virtual. We might also do some digital surveys, sending out surveys to focus groups, etc. Prototypes are very important in entrepreneurship if you're creating a newer innovative product. So a minimum viable product is a version of a new product that allows a team to collect the maximum amount of validation, learning from customers, okay? So it's not the final product, but it's far enough along in development that we can test it with our customers and get feedback so that we can improve upon the MVP. Do prototypes need to be expensive, time consuming? No. A rapid prototype is simply a simple mock-up of an idea that we have. Could be made out of crude paper or even storyboards. Again, entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. Let's look at the problem, solution, benefit framework. What is the problem your customer is experiencing? What are you offering as a solution? And how will your customer benefit from your product or service? Entrepreneurial plans. You can have a great idea when you're having lunch or dinner with friends. And so we jot it down on the receipt, the back of a napkin. It might be sketches on a notepad, an iPad, or your iPhone. Hypothesis testing and the scientific method can be and often should be applied to entrepreneurship. And here we go. We ask a question. We form an assumption. We conduct research. We talk to people. We test the hypothesis or the assumption. We analyze the results. We communicate the results. We make changes. I believe that customer X will like my idea. I speak to customer X. They give me feedback. I go back, refine my idea, and then test it again until we get to the final solution that will satisfy the maximum number of customers. Interviewing for customer feedback is not selling your product or your idea. That's the number one thing you've got to remember. When you are interviewing a customer or a user, you're trying to get feedback and you're trying to validate the assumptions or invalidate the assumptions, but you're not there to sell your product. When you do that, that dilutes or taints the feedback, weakens the feedback that you're getting. If you need any help in this class, I'm always available. Shoot me an email. I'll be happy to set up a meeting with you face to face or virtual. Thank you.